So in 1963,
yeah, I had a chance. They came to me. There was one lady that lived way back in Connecticut. She picked up a folder for what they were paying for coins, and her sister lived there in Oski, and they just lived where Shady Lodge is. They just lived to the east on the north side, the second place from the corner. And that collection, when I appraised it, I wanted to buy it for $1,200 or $1,300, but they talked me into paying $1,500 for it. My dad went to the bank and got the money. Within 2 weeks, going to shows, I had that $1,500 back. I went back to my dad, and I had $2,500 worth of coins left over. And the pennies is what really made me money. The silver dollars, Gray Egg bought 39 of them for $40. And the thing that made me money in them, I had to pay $2 a piece for them silver dollars. But the Carson Cities is the one that got me out breaking even on them. But the pennies, stuff like 31 days, and stuff like that, 11, 12 days. I bought them things for 15 cents a piece, and they brought $1.50 or something like that at that time. There's records of all that.
oh, what was the next collection you bought after that?
Well, that one, the lumberyard guy was about, it was about $1,800. I can't think of his name now. Lumberyard. He owned a lumberyard. Carroll Lumberyard.
Yeah.
In a tumble. Yeah. And that was BU rolls from 37 up to 55. And wound up taking that to Stan Osceola. And I didn't make too much money on that. That was the next collection I had. And then I got carried away buying pennies. I bought a bag of 59s that I have at home. There's 90 rolls left of them. And I paid $300 for them and had them mounted in tubes. I bought a bag of 60s and 61s and 62s and 62Ds, and they're all in tubes. And there's 90 rolls of them sitting there at home. Then I bought a collection in 1981. In 1981, out of Cedar Rapids, it cost me $28,500. And of course, in 1980, we made a lot of money. But if you go back to 1975, I bought the Lillian collection. Now, I call that the Little Lillian collection. She was on North Fork. She's the one that had a lot of Indian books. Her husband was Judge Dilmer, and he was in charge of the coin club up until he died in 1964. And I joined that coin club in 63. At that time, Dwight DeYoung knew Sharon, and there was another person who had to vouch for me to get into that club. And they had 30 days to make up their mind whether to set me. At that time, no women was allowed in the coin club. After Judge Diller died, along around 65 up to 70, finally women was allowed to be part of the coin club if they wanted to come with their husbands. But I don't remember any of the women.
Now, one time you bought a collection off Art State.
Yeah, that was in 1977.
77.
Yeah. And I was called, that weekend I was getting ready to go to Cedar Rapids. And in 77, that was another major collection. He called me up, he said he had some gold to sell me. But anyway, I went over there, and he brought out a $1,000 bag of gold. 2.5s, 3s, 5s, 10s, and 20s. The 20s cost me about $275. But anyway, I paid him
$275 a piece.
I paid him $275. I don't remember now what I paid for the 10s. There is records of all that. But anyway, I paid him $17,500 for that collection in cash.
And it was 1,000 facing gold.
1,000 facing gold. And he says, "You don't happen to have any more money left, do you?" I said, "Well, why?" And he says, "I got another 1,000 face underneath there." He brought that out, and I paid another $17,500 for it.
Now, did you borrow the money from that from your dad?
No, I had money at that time.
Oh, you had the money by that time?
35,000. Anyway, and then he had this little fractional stuff, like California gold, Alaskan gold. I think there was gold from one of the Carolinas, but there are books of it, tells about it. And about another $350 worth of stuff. Anyway, had a field day. And after I got back from that show, I had this guy, New Sharon, to the east part off in the wilderness. He was an Indian relic collector. I gave him a bunch of them 20s, and I wanted $310 for him. Wiley was his name. Now, he had a relation that had the store on the corner there, just as you turned to go towards Montezuma. There was a store that sold drugs. It was like a pharmacy, but it was more like they had everything in there that you could buy, like Staff's drugstore, Dean's store. Didn't have a restaurant or nothing. But anyway, there was a relation there, whether they was their kinfolk. But anyway, he had a horrible time with it, and he finally brought them back to me, and I think I gave him 15 or 20 of them. But anyway, I was at Red Horse Armory in Des Moines, and there was a guy up there by the name of Barry, who run a tavern, and he didn't have much money with him. But anyway, he said, "Why don't you meet me at Long John Silver's up on North 14 tonight after you get out, away from the show." That was on a Saturday night, went out there. And I don't remember now how many pieces he bought, but I think he bought like 15, 20 or more pieces up at 310. And he run a tavern, but he had a little cash to buy them with. But I had a field day with them. Yeah.
Now, that Lillian collection, was that a real good collection?
That collection there was 41 pages. Get back to that. Glenn Baird's one that got me into that. Lillian, there was an outfit set up in the tumble at the hotel, and they offered her $10,000 for that collection. And anyway, Glenn told her, he says, "Let me call Mr. McKee and Oski." He says, "I think that collection's worth a lot more than that." So at the club meeting, the club following club meeting, I had a list. There was 41 pages of that, and there is records of all that. It's just a matter of finding them. Anyway, like 1917 quarters, there must have been 20 or 30 of them. But anyway, when I bid that collection, I bid $19,000 on it. And then she said, "Well, let me think on that." She called me, says, "I've got a guy out in Kansas that's willing to give me $20,000. Would you match that?" I said, "Yeah, I would." Anyway, she said, "Well, he raised his bid to $21,000. And I said, "Well, I'll match that. $23,000. He says, "Well, he offered $25,500. And anyway, I said, "Yes, I will match that." Anyway, she tried to push me some more, and I said, "That was it." He says, "Come and get the collection." She was just milking me. Yeah, Miss Lillian. And I sent her home. In that living room, tapestries all the way around, just a room like you have, maybe just a little larger. They hung from this wall, the top of the wall, down to the floor, all the way around that in red. She was quite a person. Now, I understood she had a gun collection, and that went down to Burlington.
Now, did you make
Somebody-
any money off that after you paid $25,000?
Well, I had a little problem with that collection. Glenn Baird got a little greedy, and I told him, I says, now if I get that collection, you get that paper money. He went ahead and paid her $200 or $300 for the paper money for the collection. So that wasn't, but that collection, it took me 10 months to get my $25,500, and I walked into his shop and I laid down $500. He says, what's that? That's your commission for that collection. Oh, he says, I made a bad mistake. This guy down here runs a clothing store. He had a trade dollar collection, trade dollar setup. And they called Flynn down in Kansas City. He came up and he paid $5,500 for it. He says, and you know, I never got anything for that. And a year later, Internal Revenue was looking to the bookkeeping of Flynn's down there, and they was able to get access to people's thing, and they checked and found out this clothing guy didn't have that, didn't have anything on there on his income tax about that $5,500, and they came to Tomahawk and they visited with him, and finally got around to talking about, well, we seen on your taxes that you collected $5. Well, yeah, I did. He said, well, did you have much money in it? Well, he says, I don't remember. Well, how many pesos? He says, you know, you were supposed to report that on your taxes if you made a profit. And he said that was painful to get him off of it. And Glenn Baird, I found out about it, Glenn was telling me about it. And he says, I should have pushed that collection to you. See, I never had any complications with the Lillian collection. But
What about the Judge Dillard collection?
Well, that was Judge Dillard.
That was
Lillian.
Judge Dillard's
that
collection.
was his collection. He was a ruthless judge. And all through the years up until '64, when people paid fines, he had the help sorting the money. And then he'd go through it, pick up anything in collect. That's how he collected that.
Yeah.
And I had packages of 10S's, I had 31S pennies, I had all kinds of stuff. There is records of all that.
Now, was that the collection you made the most money on?
I made a lot of money on that collection.
Yeah.